welcome into Wrestling Spotlight. You can see it on Wrestling Spotlight on the Fired Up Network. Get a good pulse of the pro wrestling world. The best place to watch it is on the True TV Plus app. You can download that on Amazon, on Roku, and on the Apple App Store. Big wrestling news coming out of Las Vegas. So when there's wrestling news out of Las Vegas, the person to reach out to is the David Difference. He has a big role in Future Stars of Wrestling from Las Vegas and the Cauliflower Alley Club, one of the big halls of fame in professional wrestling. That takes place in downtown Las Vegas, right off the Fremont Street Experience. David, thanks a lot for joining us. First time we had a chance to talk since seeing each other at WrestleMania.
Right. Yeah, no, it's good to see you. That was a surprise seeing you there. Like,
Yeah.
we running around like crazy, and there he pops up. Like, okay, everybody's out here. But
Yeah.
no, it's been a minute. Good to see you.
Absolutely. And we had a chance. You had a chance to run into the EST of NKC as well.
Who's that?
My wife was there,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The
Yeah.
EST
Looking
of
lovely.
North Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you guys enjoy the whole festivities that week?
It was terrific. They really did a great job, and it was an electric atmosphere in Lincoln Financial Field, even though it was pretty cold. Nobody left early, and the fans were into it, I think, from beginning to the end, including the end where Cody Rhodes captured the undisputed Universal Championship, and people stayed there and sang along with Kingdom 4 or 5 times after
Oh
the
yeah.
show ended. So I mean, it was a great atmosphere, and I'm sure it's going to be even better next year in Las Vegas,
Las
where
Vegas, yeah.
WrestleMania is going to be. I already booked the Venetian for the week.
Okay.
So yeah,
Doing it
we'll
big.
be up there. Yeah, and because I'm hoping at the rumors are true, and SmackDown, NXT, and Raw take place at the Sphere.
Yeah, I heard it was MGM Grand Garden, but we'll see. I know that the Spear is difficult. If I don't know, I recently saw Dana White talking about it because they're doing the show there,
Yeah,
and he said like to put this together, like this is a one and done. They'll never do it again because there's so many ins and outs and logistics to it. So I don't know if they're going to be able to set that up, but that would definitely be a magical experience.
yeah, it's an amazing facility, inside and out. I got to see you two open it.
Okay, right.
Now, this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Double or Nothing. I got it right up behind me. It's taking place in Las Vegas, the 5th-year anniversary of AEW. How's that being received in Las Vegas? Is Double or Nothing a big deal? I mean, it's the entertainment capital of the world, really. How big of an impact does AEW make coming into town?
Well, I can tell you because it started here, right? And there's a lot of energy behind it. I think it's good, not only for AEW and the wrestling fans, but also for the independent scene out here because
Sure.
there's so many shows booked at the FSW Arena. It's just the energy that is out here on weekends like that, and I can only imagine what Mania is going to be like. But like when wrestling comes to town, especially a big event like that, people are excited about it. We was there last year. I know Tony Khan was talking about he didn't know if it was going to be here this year, but I'm hoping that it stays the tradition. I mean, because we're just getting more and more tapped in with wrestling out here in Las
Yeah.
Vegas. So it needs to be here. I mean, this is where it is. Hats off, 5 years. It'll be a magical weekend, man. I know.
I think
You're not coming out?
no, I can only go to so many cards. I did go to Dynasty. I went to the
Okay.
last pay-per-view. We took the trip up to St. Louis to see Glory Pro at the
Yep.
South Broadway Athletic Club, and then took the short, only about a 2-mile trip to the Chaifetz Arena to see Dynasty. AEW pay-per-views are always tremendous cards. They deliver.
Oh yeah.
WWE pay-per-views now have gotten to the point under the Triple H era that they're consistently tremendous cards too. But if you get a
100%.
chance to go, by all means go. It's an amazing event, and I know they'll do a great job. So
Yeah.
what's
No.
What is
Go
the
for it.
involvement of FSW? What's going on at the FSW arena?
So FSW Arena this year and like years before, they got Let It Ride, which will be going down actually tomorrow night, Friday night. That's going
Yeah,
down at the FSW Arena. Then we got Future Shock jumping off on Sunday. But Saturday, I believe a couple companies, they rented out the facilities. I know Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez are doing a Q&A Saturday morning.
hmm,
So a lot of wrestling fans, a lot of energy that's going in that building. But that Let It Ride tomorrow night should be a hell of an event leading up to our 15-year anniversary at the Silverton coming up in June. So yeah, it's a good time for wrestling in Vegas, man.
yeah, and FSW, one of the top independent promotions in the country. Take a look at every major roster. There's FSW stars on it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you look at like WrestleMania. We got Solo Sikoa. We got LA Knight,
Hmm.
Karrion Cross,
Karrion Cross, sure.
Zoe Starks. Like just the names, like they came through the doors, and there's something magical about future stars of wrestling, and just coming through those doors and being able to transcend to the next level. It's so tough, man. There's so many people that is their dream to
Yeah,
have one person from one region, from one school, to be able to go there and live that dream is incredible. But to have just like so many, it's ridiculous. There's definitely some magic at Future Stars of Wrestling.
yeah. See multiple stars from FSW on the grandest stage of them all, and the
Yeah, that's
same night
incredible.
is amazing. And it's going to be just like that for WrestleMania because I went ahead and jumped on the day they announced it because my hotel room in Philadelphia, I
Uh-huh.
stayed at the Lowe's, stayed downtown right on Market Street. Beautiful
Okay.
hotel. It was great. And yeah, you got the subway, everything's super easy to get to there. It was, I believe, about triple the price if you had booked the room a month after I booked it.
Oh, really?
So you're
Yeah.
gonna see that WrestleMania price jump. And if
Well,
you look at what it costs to get a room for the Formula One weekend,
oh,
you'll want to
insane.
book those rooms early. I
Yeah.
saw a post from Joe DeFalco, the owner of FSW, saying that the FSW arena is basically already booked out for Mania week.
Oh yeah. Like like WrestleMania weekend, everybody comes out, everybody's looking to shine and put on a performance. And I mean, where are you gonna go? Like we're the only spot, number one spot in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
So yeah, that got booked up quick. Everybody's making plans for it. It like you saw like in Philly. So that was my first WrestleMania. But just all the events that were happening, the fans, I saw fans from Vegas, I saw fans from the Bay Area, like everybody,
oh,
I saw fans
absolutely.
that we saw in when we were out in Florida that came out from other countries, and we saw them
Uh-huh.
again in Philadelphia. It's like this is insane. So that community is definitely going to be huge, and so many big events that weekend. I'm glad that I live here, so I ain't got to pay for the hotel room.
Yeah.
But definitely going to take all of that in, and I think it's going to be an amazing event. And hopefully, the final boss is back, and he slaps your boy Cody around a little bit.
Should be. It may also be Bloodline against Bloodline. That may be coming up there.
Oh,
FSW star we didn't mention, Solo Sikoa,
yeah,
now
yeah,
sitting at the head of the table.
yeah.
Roman
Right.
Reigns is coming back fairly soon.
Is that what they're saying?
At some point, I think you're going to see a Bloodline Civil War with Solo and the Gorillas of Destiny,
Okay.
King Haku's son, Tama and Tonga, taking
Yeah, yeah.
on Roman and the Usos.
Let's not forget about Jacob. They keep talking about Jacob Fatu, man. I'm eager to
Jacob
see him in there. Like
Jacob
he's a
Fatu should be
different
showing
kind of
up too.
animal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Samoan
So
werewolf.
no, I think that that bloodline, like I don't know. I mean, we talk about the Cody crybabies, man, and we saw them all, and everybody was complaining when it was like, nah, put him against. But the match I've wanted to see for years, and I think everybody did, was Roman Reigns versus The Rock. And
Oh yeah,
I loved how they twisted it and turned it. Like that made it very special. But I think we still need to see that match. I think that, like you said, the Civil War, that would be a dope idea too.
hmm
But I think that Las Vegas, they're going to pull out all the stops, and it's just going to be another huge event.
yeah, and I think you'll see an even greater emphasis on the WWE world. They tried it. And it was a good event, but I think they're going to be dedicated to making that an even bigger deal. And then the WWE saw the model, they saw the success of the two-night WrestleManias with the
Mhm.
supporting convention, with the NXT show, with SmackDown, with Raw, and they just said, "Hey,
Oh,
let's do it twice."
yeah.
Just announced SummerSlam. The other city that was rumored to be getting the WrestleMania next year, Minneapolis. Well, when they talked about not wanting to have WrestleMania in April in a cold weather climate, okay, that kind of
Mhm.
ruled Minneapolis out. Because I mean,
Right,
you
right.
could get 10 inches of snow in Minneapolis in April,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that would have been a disaster. Even though it's at a dome stadium, still you have to get there.
Right.
So now SummerSlam going to Minneapolis, and Minneapolis in the summers really nice. It's
That's
going
been
to
announced?
be, yeah, 2 days.
2 days of SummerSlam?
They're going 2 days, and you got to think it's going to be the whole WrestleMania experience. And the other announcement that makes King of the Ring a bigger show, effective this week,
I saw that.
the winners of King and Queen of the Ring get a shot at the championship of their brand at SummerSlam.
Yeah. No, I
So
think that's
now
big.
King of the Ring has become the Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam gets the Mania treatment.
No, I think
What do you
I
think of
love
that?
no, I love how they're evolving it. I mean, King of the Ring is one thing, like that, for the nostalgia purposes, and we had some great people come out as King, and then it was like,
Sure.
what do? You had some that leaned into that character, King Booker,
Yep.
was
He's the
definitely one of my
best.
favorites. Yeah, yeah. But then it was like, okay, so what does that mean? And I think now that, obviously, if you're the King of the Ring, you deserve something, and that title shot's going to be big. And I
Mhm.
just like how they're playing now. You got a shot at SummerSlam, and we'll be at SummerSlam this year. We'll bring the whole Sunday Slam TV crew
Yeah.
is out there for SummerSlam, so I'm excited about that, man.
Well, the simple fact that they almost sold out of SummerSlam tickets during pre-sale
Mhm.
tells you there's enough demand to do 2. And if they're gonna commit to doing more foreign market premium live events, and based off of Backlash breaking the revenue record for SmackDown, the
Yep.
SmackDown from Lyon, it broke the record they had just set at the Wells Fargo Center for Gate.
Oh
And they've
yeah.
already broken the Gate record for Clash at the Castle from Backlash. So there's enough of a response, and my God, you and I can tell it from just having been at WrestleMania. There's so many international fans. If they're only going to have one show a year in Germany, in France, in the UK, they can sell it out and get that kind of crazy crowd reaction
Oh
probably
yeah.
every year,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that'll only concentrate the US fans more if you know, okay, hey, if we're going to see a show here, we can go see the Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank,
Right.
WrestleMania, or
Yeah. Yeah.
SummerSlam because that's all we're getting.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that, yeah, they definitely set a precedent out there. The crowd was bananas, which you haven't seen, which just adds to. Some people said they were doing too much, but I don't think you could do too much as wrestling fans. And it
Yeah,
it made for an experience. People talked about it for weeks and weeks, and all the highlights. But yeah, it was. I think that, like, sometimes we take it for granted that we have access. Hop on a plane, we're here. A couple
sure.
hours. They get it. They're hungry. You go out of the states, they are hungry for some wrestling, especially now it is so hot. Like, there's so much going on, it's crazy. I can
Absolutely.
only imagine if The Rock was still in it right now at the moment. That's my guy, man.
Coming back soon.
Yeah. You keep saying coming back soon, man. What is soon? Because soon ain't soon enough. Make SummerSlam, maybe, or
Well, once
maybe.
his 2 movies are done.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Roman's back at SummerSlam.
Okay.
I think he'll make an appearance. The Rock probably closer to wintertime
Yeah,
because
maybe
he's
closer to me.
got the UFC movie filming now, and then Moana is
All right, yeah.
filming. So yeah, he's going to be tied up for a little while. But
Yeah, for a little bit. Tell me this. So Cody Rhodes, champion. I mean,
Mhm.
was that good for business when you look at the effect of? I mean, so I don't know if that didn't happen, and say we did have Roman and we did have Rock. Obviously, there was reports that Roman was taking time off after Mania, regardless.
Yeah.
Rock, who's filming these movies, where would we be right now?
Well, I don't think Roman could have held on. I think he needed to drop it, right? Because I mean, I think people were kind of tired of the matches always coming down to no matter who was going against him, because they had some good matches, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
Royal Rumble, you had AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and LA Knight,
yeah.
yeah, going up against Roman Reigns, and you knew they were all going to lose.
Well,
So there
but
wasn't
people tuned
any
in.
drama in the match. Yeah.
Peop They were excited. I don't know if we got the same excitement for Cody. Hats off to him, tremendous. But it would have been a different ball game. But it would have been interesting had they stuck to Roman Reigns versus The Rock. And then what
Now
do you do after Mania?
being totally unbiased and just weighing in with a totally
Yeah,
unbiased
I
opinion.
see you over there. But tell me that,
Uh,
paint that as a booker. What would they have done after Mania? Had say The Rock won.
I think if The Rock had been available, how can you go wrong with the most electrifying man in sports
Right.
entertainment winning? But he wasn't available.
Well, because the initial plan was, well, they were going to go Rock versus Reigns, and
Hmm.
then the fans got and they said, "All right, let's switch this thing up." But had the fans not gone crazy, like with Rock being out, having to be out for movies, Roman Reigns needing to take a break, what would the storylines have been? Like, I don't. I'm always curious as to what would have happened if it was Rock versus Reigns. Rock wins. Knowing
Yeah.
Rock's got to film movies, like where does that go from there? Does he just pop
Oh,
in and out, or that would have been crazy? You know,
well, and he could have played off his role as a legitimate executive, as a member of the board, and just change the rules and say, "Hey, I don't have to defend this."
right. I show up when I show up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, he
Yeah.
could have really leaned into the heel champion, and the good thing is everything's still on the table because I think inevitably you're coming up to a match in the entertainment capital of the world.
Right.
What better place for the most electrifying man in sports entertainment
Oh yeah.
to make his
Definitely
return to the championship scene?
it's gonna be a WrestleMania. I mean, there was a few WrestleManias that was like, it's cool, the atmosphere, everything's cool, but it wasn't like the buildups that we had before, where it's like, oh, WrestleMania is gonna be that one. What's
Yeah.
gonna happen here? This year definitely turned the page on that. That was my first WrestleMania. Um, and it exceeded all my expectations, man. We had some great seats and just some magical interactions, tons of interviews at WrestleCon, Ted DiBiase and
Yeah.
uh Steiner and Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Ric Flair, and like it was just crazy over there.
No, it's definitely a tremendous event, and if you're able to get out there, you absolutely should. The event that is there this weekend, AEW Double or Nothing, how do you feel about that event? Are you on board with your CEO, Mercedes Moné?
Yeah, I think it'll be good to see her in action. It's been I'm always on board with with her. Like definitely one of my favorites, and I think that a lot of people will tune in just to see her back in the ring, and
Hmm.
obviously she's still gonna have it, but just to see her back in the ring and see where it goes and that opportunity for her to climb that ranks in AEW, I think that'll be exciting. Um, yeah, there's a lot of excitement. Like the Double or Nothing is always like just one of those events. Anarchy in the arena gets wild. Last
Yep.
year I was there with a lot of media cats, and they were like, "It went too far. It's just too much. It's too violent." Like I don't know if we can get too violent, man. Like I come from the old school where like let's go, let's gouge some eyes out. But I thought that last year was a great event. I know they sometimes they'll talk about the Vegas crowds aren't there, but if you're in the arena, like you have a different story, you have a different feel because it's definitely
Sure.
louder in there and people are excited. So I think that this weekend's event, I mean, it's like it's coming up this weekend. Uh, it's gonna be bananas. It'll be a good show, and I look forward to some surprises that may happen during this
Yeah,
one.
they usually bring out a few surprises. I think it's great too to get the storylines are coming back in now too. They're no, not coming back. They never really were there, but they're doing a
Right.
much better job of developing stories to support the match too. I think they've done a great job with Swerve
Yeah.
and Christian being put into that spot by the evil, manipulative EVPs who kind of took over control of the company.
Oh yeah.
And you see Christian just leaning in to being that cowardly heel.
Yeah, no, I love Christian. I think that I mean, obviously they have a history when they used to tag together, and now this is his first title defense on a big pay-per-view stage.
Yeah.
But definitely look forward. I mean, he pulls out the stops every match he's in. We're talking about Swerve, but
Yep.
obviously, I mean, it's a big stage this weekend, which I was a little because they're at MGM Grand Garden Arena versus T-Mobile Arena where they were last year.
Hmm.
So I don't know. You just said it's a more intimate feel and fits better for them. But I think overall, like the energy, I talked to a lot of people that are going this weekend and they're excited about it. So I'm just always like, show me what you got. Let's watch it. Let's enjoy, and hopefully MJF, man, pops
Yeah.
up in this thing. And
He's
like, it's time for him to come back.
he's due to be coming back soon. Jamie Hayter's due to be coming back soon.
Ooh.
Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, is due to be coming back soon. Yeah, they're bringing back and they're getting that roster filled back up. I think we may see Hangman Adam Page show
Yeah.
back up. He's the last of the elite that hasn't been
Yeah.
involved in this inner elite feud. Kenny Omega on the shelf for a while, but Hangman could be back too. So yeah,
Yeah.
it
I
should
do
be
see that.
really interesting.
Yeah, I'm just hoping MJF. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Like the energy, like the energy is different when he's there. And I would love to see how he comes back and what he does then. And it's been kind of a mystery, right? What he's doing or how much time he's taking off, or and they didn't mention him. We were on the call earlier with Tony Khan. No mention of MJF,
Hmm.
and that may even make it more of a surprise if he's ready to come
Yeah.
back. I honestly don't know what he's got going right now.
Conspicuous by his absence, right?
Yeah,
But and
definitely.
hey, for people watching this that don't realize it, Las Vegas has how many arenas would you say events of this size arenas does Las Vegas have?
Uh, Quite a few. I mean,
Yeah, I
well,
mean
yeah, yeah. I
4?
mean, well, the size of MGM Grand. Well, a lot of the casinos have different arenas, but yeah, maybe
Yep.
4 or 5, and then we got Allegiant, and now we got the baseball field coming out.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for different events. But yeah, there's that, and then most of it will be MGM Grand Garden, and then T-Mobile Arena is where you'll see most of the stuff, unless it's just a big slobber knocker like WrestleMania.
Yeah, and then there's
Shout out to
football stadium,
Jr.
but
too. He
it's
just
a yeah. Yeah, hopefully he's doing okay. One of the Hall of Fame announcers of all time and just to pay respects to one of the great pro wrestlers of all time. 25 years to the day, only about 5 miles from where I'm sitting, is when Owen Hart
oof,
passed away during an event that was at the then Kemper Arena, now the Hy-Vee Arena in Kansas City, trying to rappel down into the ring a la Sting. Um, yeah, it was just a tragic event. That was 25 years ago to the day, and you still see all that reverence for Owen Hart and AEW bringing Owen back with the Owen Hart Classic every year, got his family involved and helping support the charity that was founded in his memory. So, yeah,
yeah,
get a
shot.
couple of acknowledgments in there, and obviously we hope that old JR is getting better. He's had a tough time, had the cancerous cancerous condition on his leg, and
Right.
yeah, just
Well,
been a struggle for him health wise.
yeah, we're looking. Hopefully, he'll be at healthy and ready to go. CAC this year. I know they just announced the new Jim Ross announcer award, so
Okay,
he'll be giving that to somebody. Hopefully, he's there to present it to him.
yeah. Well,
Um, But
let's talk about that a little bit because
yeah,
you're a
let's
member of the board. The
yes, sir.
Cauliflower Alley Club takes place downtown in Las Vegas, right off of the Fremont Street Experience. It's at the Plaza Hotel, isn't it?
It'll be at the Plaza. Yeah, that's August 19th through the 24th. If have you been to a CAC reunion?
Have not been. I'd love to go, but this year has
Right.
unfortunately coincided with All In, which I
I
already
got
went
that
ahead, got the passport
get
just to
that
go
stamp
to it.
ready.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, so CAC for and I'm always surprised when I talk to a lot of the cats, a lot of the young wrestlers training that they've never heard of it. Cauliflower Alley Club. I mean, this is what 49 years or 59 years.
well,
And it's a nonprofit essentially, like all the wrestlers we grew up on from back in the days. You know, obviously things were different back then, pay wise and health
sure.
wise. They fall on hard times. Cauliflower Alley Club has a benevolent fund that will help them out and get them through some of these hard times, whether it's surgery or just financial assistance. And each year in Las Vegas, we'll do the reunion where everybody comes together. We give out a bunch of awards. It's a couple-day event at the Plaza downtown, and it's an experience because you see all these guys just hanging out that you grew up watching, kind of like a WrestleCon, but you
Yeah.
could be at the bar sitting next to JBL having a beer. You know, you can see Rey Mysterio just walking through the casino. It's intimate. It's like a family there, and it's just a great experience. And I'm blessed to be on the board, you know, and so I handle all the videos for the entrance.
Okay.
You know, when they get the awards, I create all the videos, and just to be a part of that experience as a wrestling fan is crazy. You know, the first day I walked in to meet everybody, they're like, "Meet us for Brian Blair,
Yep.
Killer Bees, the
P.
president." I
Brian
said,
Blair is the current president. Yeah.
yeah, he said, meet us at my hotel room. We're gonna have a production meeting. I walk in, it's Medusa, it's Jimmy Hart and Brian Blair, and I'm like, all right, let's go, let's go. This is an experience, and
Yeah.
you know, it's just, but it's a great cause, and I just like can't say enough good things about them, and just want to spread the word. Get down there. If you get a membership, it's I think it's like $35, $40, $50 yearly membership. You can get a lifetime membership. Then you just buy your tickets to the event, and it definitely helps out and goes a long way to keep this thing going. Because I always tell these younger wrestlers, this will be for you in the future. So you
Sure.
may not know some of these cats or you grew up on Stone Cold, but it goes before that. This is for you in the future. So support it now and be a part of this thing and spread the word.
Well, definitely send me the link, and we'll share it on X on the Wrestling Spotlight account, and
Okay. Yeah.
we'll
Okay.
highlight it as we come up. Definitely want to be involved and do as much as we can to help promote it. And it is a great cause. Had the chance to talk with Medusa and also
Yeah.
talk to Joe Dombrowski, the announcer who was involved in emceeing it. And last year, just to let you guys know the level of people involved, the keynote speaker last year was CM Punk.
Yeah, yeah. That was crazy in itself because nobody thought. I mean, CM Punk's the biggest thing in wrestling. So when they
Hmm.
told me, yeah, can you do a video for CM Punk? I was like, is he going to show up? And they had just got out of the show in London, and he had that. What was it? The backstage
Yeah.
scuffle with. So we were like, we didn't know what was going on. He was supposed to be there on Wednesday. Tuesday, he shows up during the dinner, and everybody was like, okay. And this year, I mean, don't forget we got the icon Sting. This is like his
Sting.
first appearance since he retired, had his last match in AEW, so he'll be there. You know, the names I can't even talk about yet because it hasn't been announced yet, but it'll be a hell of an event, and it's just it is a good atmosphere for the fans, for the wrestling community. And like, yeah, I definitely say get down there. But last year was insane.
Yeah.
CM Punk, come on. They had Mickey James. Yeah, it was just a great event, man. There's so many people there. Got to spend some time talking with Ace Cowboy Bob Orton, who is just a
There you
legend
go.
in the game,
Yeah.
but he's always there. So there's a lot of people. The Rock's mom usually goes. So a lot of people are involved with this organization, and it's just it's a great cause.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to attending next year's. Like I said, it won't be
Okay.
able to this year, but yeah, definitely a great event. And every time Sting talks, he's tremendous. So it should be a just an amazing experience to attend it and get a chance to take part in that and see some of the icons and the legends that you grew up with. I mean, hey, the president's one half of the Killer Bees, B. Brian Blair.
Yeah, that's my
So
guy right
yeah,
there.
definitely a great group of competitors there. Well, hey, as we're wrapping it up here, David, what's the best way to reach out to you and to find out a little bit more about FSW, Future Stars of Wrestling?
FSW, hit us on Instagram or all the social Future Stars of Wrestling at FSW or at Future Stars of Wrestling. I'm the David Difference. Everything at the David Difference. Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want to find me, just reach out. I'm there. Want to give a shout out to Sunday Slam TV. That's the new group I'm rocking with, and we've
Sure.
been doing all the major events, doing fan interviews, doing wrestling interviews behind the scenes. That has been a magical experience. So shout out to Ash and the whole crew doing that. JD3. Um, there's a lot of things moving, man. A
A
lot
lot
of
of
things
stuff going
moving.
on.
So, yeah, it's all good stuff, man. I appreciate you having me here.
Absolutely. And thanks again for spending a little bit of time here on the Wrestling Spotlight, taking a look at the Las Vegas wrestling scene. We got Double or Nothing going on there. WrestleMania is coming. The Cauliflower Alley Club, the best place to stay. Yeah, stay in touch with the pulse of professional wrestling right now.
That's it.
Wrestling Spotlight, the best place to see it right here on the True TV Plus app. You can download it Amazon, Roku, or the Apple App Store. And just so you know, when you hear the cult of personality, maybe it's clobbering time.
Always.
Got to
Man.
stay tuned. And you could have seen him if you went to the Cauliflower Alley Club this year. It's the icon Sting gonna be
Yeah.
there. That should be amazing. Well, David, thanks for joining us here on Wrestling Spotlight. Stay tuned for more from the world of pro wrestling, and we'll let La Guerra Loca take us out.